Hi and welcome to Pelvic Exercises. I'm Michelle Kenway. Today I'd like to show you some safe strength exercises to do for your upper body. And these are safe strength exercises for women who are living with pelvic floor problems. That the issue might be that you've had prolapse surgery, or you're living with a prolapse. You might have had a hysterectomy, whether it be vaginal or abdominal hysterectomy, or you might have incontinence issues, whether they be bladder and bowel. You need to know how to safely strengthen your upper body and not put any extra load on your pelvic floor. There's some really great tips you can use to strengthen your upper body if you're living with this type of an issue. The first tip is to sit to do these exercises. As soon as you sit, you're going to support your perineum, that area between your vagina and the back passage. So always opt to sit for your strength training exercises, particularly your upper body strength exercises. The second tip is to try and breathe out with the effort. So for example, if I'm doing a lift, I try and breathe out with the lift, and that action actually takes the pressure off my pelvic floor. So as I exhale, pelvic floor lifts up. So that the second tip is to try to lift up and exhale as you actually lift that weight. Final tip is to strengthen gradually. So you can see that I've got some nice light weights here. There are a couple of kilos, 1 kilo each. Especially after prolapse surgery, you want to start with a light weight and gradually increase when your gynecologist gives you permission to start exercising. So I've got my 1 kilo weights here. I'm going to use, when I'm doing my strengthening exercises to show you, I'm going to be moving both arms at once. Let's say you wanted to increase the weight and just get a little bit more out of your exercise, then I'd suggest that you do one limb at a time if you say lifting a 2 or 3 kilo weight when you're able to do that, but always sitting to perform that exercise. So let's do some safe strength exercises together. Let's do a set of each of them. I'm going to do a set of each exercise up to 8 repetitions. At home, ideally, you do 8 to 12 repetitions and repeat that 3 times to get the strength training benefits. And remember, when you're strength training, you try to do your exercises on alternate days of the week. So you have 1 day on, 1 day off, and you're doing between 8 to 12 lots of the exercise and then having a brief rest and repeating that up to 3 times. All right, let's start with bicep curls. This is an exercise for the front of your arms. Make the front of your arms, your lifting muscles, nice and strong. Correct technique and safe technique, sitting nice and tall on your ball or on your chair. Great to be on a ball because it engages or uses your core muscles, the muscles that wrap around your trunk. Arms down by your side, chest is lifted, shoulders are back and down, and let's start with the exercise. The exercise involves you lifting the weight up towards your shoulders and lowering it back down. Can you see how I keep my elbows locked into my sides? I'm keeping my upper arms locked into my sides. Slow and steady, breathing out as I lift and breathing in as I lower the weights down. And again, nice and steady and slowly down. Really important that you lower your weight down slowly. You make some great strength gains when you actually lower the weight during a strength exercise. So lifting slowly and also lowering slowly. Let's do 3 more, nice and steady. Maintaining your shoulder position, shoulders back and down, chest nice and tall and down. So you're really using your postural muscles at the same time. Last 2, lifted and down. And one last time, lifting and down. And bring your weights onto your thighs. Take a break, roll your shoulders right up and around. So that's the first exercise. And if you're doing them at home, another couple of sets, have a break between each set. We're going to move on and we're going to do an exercise for your middle back and the back of your shoulders. This is a great shoulder strength exercise. Remembering, none of these exercises should cause you any discomfort. So some ladies with shoulder problems might find that if they do this exercise strongly with a heavy weight, their shoulder gets sore. So keep the weight light, keep the exercise within the range of comfort. So if it feels painful when you get to a certain point, don't go through that. Stop short of that point. So to do this exercise correctly, lift your shoulders, or sorry, lift your chest. Shoulders are back and down, so I've got that string lifting up from my chest. Crown of my head's nice and tall. Shoulders are back and down. Elbows locked into my waist. Slowly taking the weights back and bringing the weights back together. Going again, taking it back and bringing it back through. Nice and steady. Can you see how my shoulders go down as I take the weights out? Let's go again. So shoulders go down as you take the weights out. Let's do 4 more. Nice and steady. Shoulders down. When I do that action, I actually use my back muscles as well, which is a great feature of this exercise. This is a nice postural exercise as well as a shoulder exercise if you use it that way. Last one, breathing out and back in and rolling my shoulders around. So that's actually called rotator cuff exercise, but it's our shoulder and upper back exercise. The final exercise we're going to do is called a tricep extension. It's for the muscles in the back of your arms called your triceps, area a lot of ladies love to hate. We're going to work at strengthening that area and toning that area. Now, a nice safe way of doing this is leaning forward. I'm going to come side on so you can see what I'm doing well here. So the idea is you need to lean forward, take one arm across your thighs, lean yourself forward, keep the inward curve in your back. So not slumped, keep that inward curve. Take your weight, lock your shoulder back and down, engage those back muscles. So what the idea with the exercise is I take my elbow high and I extend the weight out, keeping my elbow high as I lower the weight back down. So taking the weight back slowly and lowering it down. Now, if you're at home, tuck your chin towards your chest, protect your neck. So this is this type of exercise that can make your neck sore if you're using the wrong muscles. So we don't want to use our neck muscles, we want to use our back and the back of our arm muscles. I'm going to do 4 more repetitions on that side, slow and steady. And 2 to go, nice and steady, taking the weight out and back. Keep that chin tucked in, keep that shoulder back and down, out and back, and weight down. And obviously then you'd repeat that same exercise on the other side. So, and again, if you're at home, you do those exercises 3 sets each, up to 8 to 12 repetitions on alternate days of the week. So as you can see, there's some great principles you can apply. You can strengthen quite safely with a pelvic floor issue. If you're protecting your pelvic floor following surgery, make sure that your perineum's supported, so your back passage, vagina, all support on a ball or a chair. You're lifting light weights and you're strengthening gradually, and also you're remembering to breathe out as you lift your weight.